Hi everyone. I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm still a little sad about Monday, and I'm worried about what's going to happen next with regards to that, and I will keep y'all posted. But today was pretty good. Um, there was a mentoring event at work today. I say at work, it was on WebEx, so really it was here in my apartment and everywhere else, I guess. But I had a lovely time at that, and I met some really good people. And then I had lunch with a certain local autistic rights campaigner, worker, campaigner, advocate. That's the word I want. Local autistic rights advocate. Hi, Tom. Really good lunch. Good company and good food. God, I love the Royal. But as I've been thinking about how Monday went, there's always the temptation to think about what you could have done differently in a situation where it didn't go well. And you think, because it's natural, it's part of the human brain, you had a bad experience. Naturally, you're going to want to avoid that in the future. And you think about what could happen to make that not happen. And the easiest thing to start with is yourself. Did I say something or not say something? Did I do something wrong? Should I have reacted differently? Unfortunately, that's part of being an adult, is second guessing yourself and wondering if you could have done it better. Wish they had warned me about that. But so I've been thinking about Monday a little bit. Did I do something wrong? Did I say the wrong thing? I don't think I said the wrong thing. I said, the same thing that I've said before to other GPs at that clinic. My doctor is very popular, as well he should be. He's a great guy. He's very popular, so every once in a while I'll call in and they'll say, oh, he's too busy. Can I put you in with someone else? Sure. And, every other time that's happened, sometimes they're a little confused at first and I have to give them a minute to read my file. Okay. I got nowhere to be. And it's all good in the hood. But this time it did not go like that. So I didn't say or do anything different. I don't think. Was it the way I was dressed? Was I dressed? Let's say I had a t-shirt on with a cartoon character on it. It didn't say, I am a drug addict in big black letters. Not that I remember. It had some Japanese on it, but I could read it and I'm pretty sure it didn't say. I'm trying to learn Japanese. I'm not trying very hard. I really should apply myself more. But I can at least read the alphabet. Congratulations, I'm as literate as a kindergartner. So it wasn't that. And I was wearing black jeans and then my leg braces over the top, as always. I always wear black pants to go with my braces, because it looks kind of weird otherwise, I think. My same sneakers I wear everywhere. My hair was oily. It needed a wash, but it was an errand day. I'm not getting dressed up to go to the grocery store and get my teeth cleaned. It's not a fashion show, as my mom would say. So, do drug addicts have oily hair? I don't know. I imagine some of them do. But I imagine there's also a lot of drug addicts who have really nice hair. Insert joke about Hollywood here. And also, shoot, when you think about it, there's actually a lot of doctors who, unfortunately, it's a dirty little secret, most of them are very good people. But there's always some who exercise their script writing powers just a little too much. Sometimes for themselves, sometimes they do each other favors. It's human nature, and there's a few bad apples in every bunch. So, really, between the two people in that room in that appointment, if any of us looked like a drug addict, I don't know if it was me. But how do you know what a drug addict looks like if they're not, doing drugs right in front of you? I don't know. But that's part of what you have to think about when you're disabled. How do I not look like a drug addict? How do I not think of an elephant? I remember in the before times, before when I was on Centerlink, I would dress up to go to the doctor. I would, I wouldn't wear like my Sunday best or whatever, but I would wear nicer clothes than I would normally wear, and I would make sure I had brushed my hair and I had on some jewelry and maybe a little bit of perfume, because I didn't want to be seen as an addict, because it's part of being disabled and low income is you're scared of the doctor. On the one hand, if they're a good person, they'll help you, but on the other hand, if they're a bad person, they won't just not help you, they might actually hinder your life. So I would always dress nicely, and I would make pleasant conversation with the doctors, try to, tell them some funny jokes, get on their side, charm them so that they would be merciful to me. I'd do the same thing when I went to the Centerlink office. Take my nicest handbag, wear one of my newest blouses, dress nice so that they'd treat me nice. It shouldn't have to be that way. But yeah, that's just something you do when you're disabled. We don't talk about it much with each other. We don't share grooming tips or whatever, but we all do it. We all have done it at some point. Sometimes you even downplay your symptoms or your disability, because sometimes if you tell doctors how bad it is, instead of them saying, "Oh my God, that's really horrible. I'm so sorry that you're going through all that. How can I help?" They look at you and you don't look disabled, or you're too young to be disabled. Buddy, there are little children with cancer. There's no justice in this world. Anyone can be disabled. They look at you and they don't see whatever the hell they want to see. And you're saying all this horrible stuff is happening to you, so you must be lying, and you're probably just inventing a load of guff to try and get drugs. So sometimes when you go to the doctor, it's worth it to, instead of saying, that you're in agony all the time, you might just say it hurts really bad and I need a little bit of extra help. It's worth it to downplay and maybe only get like 50% of the help you need, rather than risking getting 0% of the help that you need and getting a note in your file that's going to make your life harder. I've told my friends about what happened, and they were all really sweet and nice. And I've heard from a couple of them, and a couple from y'all. Saw your messages on my video. Thank you very much. About, oh, you're so brave. I don't know if I'm brave. I just don't give a stuff anymore. I know I have people who will take my side and will believe me. I'm very fortunate in that regard, and I thank my lucky stars every day that I don't have to worry about that anymore, about how I dress when I go to the doctors, how I act when I go to the doctors, making sure that I sound just the right amount of disabled. Just the gymnastics, the mental gymnastics you have to do sometimes it's just so tiring, and I'm so glad that I'm in a position where I don't feel like I have to do that anymore. I know people in the disability rights sector, scene, who, if God forbid, touch wood, Dr. Jerkface from Monday, if he tries to make any more trouble for me, I know people I can get in contact with who will back me and will make sure that I get through it okay. But I've met most of those contacts since I started working for BHP, and yeah, I didn't know them before then. I didn't know anyone who was willing to help me, and it's a long, tiring slog when you're disabled and also when you're autistic. Going out there and talking to people and trying to figure out who will help you and who will call you an addict, and who will really help you, or who will say that they'll help you, but when the going gets even a little teeny bit tough, they're like, you're always, oh, it's so draining helping you. You're always having such trouble. Ugh, it's such a drain. Yeah, it's a drain for me. I'm the one who's actually disabled. I'm lucky, and I shouldn't have to be lucky. It shouldn't have to be this way. When a doctor becomes a doctor, I think we all know, they swear the Hippocratic Oath. And the first line of that is first do no harm. And also, in our legal system, it's built on something called Blackstone's ratio, which is the concept that it would be better for 10 guilty men to go free than even one innocent man go to jail. Or woman or non-binary person. People. And we have that, but I'm sad to say I don't really feel like we follow it when it comes to disabled people. In this case, it seems like it's better for 10 disabled people to be suffering and in pain and not getting the help they need than for even one person to get a little bit high. I would certainly rather that nobody get illicit drugs too. It's not great for you. But I would rather help the disabled people myself. And I think the surest route to not doing harm is to make sure that you're not hurting disabled people. And I think we need to do better in that regard. Thank you.